This is the path to my destiny.
Weren't you supposed to go training?
Training.
Firstly, I want to make it clear that I have never truly delved into the land of Street Fighter, and I feel like that is important for you to know, as I am jumping into this fighting game from a well-established franchise. The only history that is between Street Fighter and me is this game. Street Fighter is a big name in the industry. It is even the first series that pops into my mind when somebody mentioned this genre of gaming. So when they announced the 5th installment, I quickly made the decision that I wanted this game and be good at it. So I watched every trailer and preview, and when I finally got the game, I got surprisingly little. Don't get me wrong, this is a good game, but it does have its flaws. Some big ones. This will be a difficult game to review, but I will try my best. We will begin with the negatives and end with the positives, because I really like this game. This game must have been rushed out, as there is almost nothing here for the casual single-player experience. I mean, there's no arcade mode. No arcade mode? Listen, it is fighting game 101, okay? Like, every fighter should have an arcade mode, going from one enemy to the next, and hopefully meet a boss in the end, and even unlock something. Okay, but maybe they used the developing time to make the story mode, as we can clearly see that they have that.
Story.
Oh, so we can see each individual character's story. That's neat. I want to see what my favorite fighter has to go through to become a deeper and more three-dimensional character. After all, I haven't played Street Fighter since the Game Boy. What? That can't... It says 100%, but I can swear there was a story trailer. An update. I have to wait for the summer to play the story mode of a game I just bought that doesn't even have an arcade mode. Is there anything here for single offline play? For a guy like me who is new? Is there a challenge mode to learn the specific characters? Now, these are free updates, which is good, but these modes should have been there from the very beginning. There are many people out there who believe that the story is not important for a fighting game. But look at the competition. Mortal Kombat X has like the best thing I ever seen, and Smash has an arcade. But Street Fighter V only have one mode to fight the computer. One mode, Survival. Survival is a mode where your character goes through a series of opponents using only one health bar, and in between matches you can buy back the health you lost during the fight or other types of buffs for the next opponent. This mode rewards alternate colors for the character you are using, and you get different variants based on the difficulty you are playing on. There are also alternate costumes that we can clearly see in the story mode of the characters. Chun-Li in her police uniform, Charlie Nash before Rick Bison graced his life, Laura in her body. Now you can buy these costumes in the in-game store for the money you earn by simply playing the game.
Network.
Well, until then I probably have accumulated enough fight points to buy everything in the store, so I'll just keep fighting. But to do that I need to train, so let's head to the training mode.
Training.
Did I forget to say how many loading screens there are in this game? You know what? Let me show you. You can always look for an online fight, even if you're playing the survival mode, or in this example, training mode. Now look how long it takes to return to training after the online match. It takes this long after every online fight. Want to see something fun? When you get the trophy on the PS4, it automatically takes a screenshot of what you did to get it. Look at the majority of my pictures here. And the most entertaining thing is that once I started to notice this, I got this trophy. Absolutely amazing, Capcom. Absolutely. I know I've been rather harsh on this game, but it's because I wanted to do good. I want new players like myself to get into it, but without the single player offline modes that a casual would expect and need to get into it, it will be difficult for them to actually stay till Capcom actually bring in these modes in the future. Which is a shame because the gameplay is absolutely amazing. This fighter, as the fighting in this game, is by far my favorite of any fighters to date. There's so much good that I have to talk about when it comes to the gameplay, but first I need to explain the basics. There are light, medium and heavy versions of punch, kick and special moves. The special moves are different for every character, as Bison is what we call a charge character, where you need to hold the direction for a second before quickly putting the other way with one of the set kicks or punches. And then there are characters like Ryu, who is all about the direction of movements. A half circle will bring forth a hurricane kick and so on. You can use a meter for every single special move to make the abilities take more damage or give them some other properties. Now this kind of gameplay is in all of the previous Street Fighters as well, but there is a new mechanic called the V system. The V system is divided into V skill, which can be done by pushing medium kick and punch together, and the V trigger, which is heavy kick and punch. Every single character has their own individual use of this system. For example, Ryu's V skill is a parry, whereas Laura's V skill is a dash, but can be held down to do a kick. When the meter is full, you can unleash the V trigger, which again differs between the characters. Necali's trigger is to change form for the rest of the round, and Vega's trigger is a single attack that can be followed by a super move. The game has a tutorial, which it annoyingly pressures you into playing when you first boot up the game, which will help you get into how the V system works. And I really like this system as it really creates a new strategic mindset when playing the game, as the V gauge does not follow over to the next round. And I just have to say it again, the gameplay is so solid and it looks beautiful. Yeah, even if it's only 10 stages, this game looks amazing. Definitely the character models themselves. There are 16 at the moment, which I think is a good number at the beginning, as Capcom will bring in more in the future, for free if you have enough fight points, which no other fighters are doing, so good work on that, Capcom. By the way, the music is godlike. I've always wondered how they haven't changed the character themes after all these years, but when you hear the new versions of them, you can't argue the greatness of this kind of art. And art it can be called when you step into the online, as it feels like I'm playing offline. Seriously, there is no lag if you meet anyone with 4 to 5 bars, it is amazing. The game does also do a good job to put you against people around the same skill level, at least most of the time, and that's really good for new players like me. There are 3 modes here: casual match, ranked match and a lobby, where you can make or find rooms to fight other people. And here I have to jump on the negativity train a little again, as the lobby system is pretty bad. Only 2 players per room, there really isn't any way of searching for a specific one, no spectator mode, and there have been many problems with the servers. I really can't understand how there are only 2 players per room, and I find it pretty funny that there is an option to have 1 slot for a private individual, and you don't have the option to have a quick rematch, as the game pushes you back into the lobby room, where you have to go through the loading screens again. But the online is smooth as the moonwalk, it's terrific. Though there are hundreds of rage quitters, and there's no consequence for doing it either. Now Capcom has said that they will fix it in the future, though it's funny because I saw on a Twitch stream that someone had a 68 win streak in ranked. And he was not good, and he rage quitted the moment he saw that he was about to lose. So right now you can't really say that ranked is legit. Now I know it's strange to end the review on something like this, but it's important to know that many of these flaws can be fixed in the future. The story, the store, the challenges for the specific characters will come in the future for free. The loading times and rage quitting problem can be fixed in a patch or something. The lobby system must be expanded upon because right now it's really bare bone. And as you can understand, it's really hard to give it a score to this game. I even considered not giving one, but since I kind of want to have a score system, I have decided to give this game a 6 out of 10. The gameplay, the graphics, the sound are top notch. Okay? Like, the gameplay is amazing, but everything else, there is no everything else. Even the multiplayer, that we can clearly see that they focused on the more hardcore fighting side of this community. Like, the online is lacking, even the online. So it's so strange. Now, if you're someone who's never played Street Fighter like me, at least not seriously, and you want to get into this game, now I highly recommend going to YouTube and search up the character you want to learn, because again, it will be real difficult if you're not used to fighters to learn the characters just by going to the training mode. So I highly recommend doing that. But anyway, I'm KingJGrim, or the KingJGrims, whatever you prefer, and
you're gonna go out and do some exercise.
Well, you can't make me.